My name is Jean-Sébastien Hulot. I'm a professor of medicine, cardiologist, working in Paris at the Georges Pompidou Hospital in the western part of Paris. Well, I think it's a very important question. I mean, data privacy is not only a technical question, it's an ethical and a societal question. I think the first thing is probably in the models or the techniques first, because we can move from centralized model to decentralized models. I mean, there is some techniques now like federated learning, for instance, where AI can work on multiple data sets without the data ever leaving its origin and without need to go to raw data or de-identification, for instance, of data, which is very important in terms of techniques to ensure that all of this data coming from patients will not be used for we don't know what, and we can track them and know exactly what will happen. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, of course, if we want to do this, which means that you have multiple institutions working together, you need to have a shared language and some sort of a governance. So, of course, the GDPR or the HIPAA in the US are baseline things that are extremely important so that everyone align and speaks the same language. I think this is the second point that is extremely important. The last one I would say is, of course, patient at the heart of everything, because it's all about patients. So all of this technique has to be approved also and make into a clear or complete transparency with patient and be trusted. So patient might probably also be part of it. I don't know if they need to integrate, for instance, this governance and have their words, but I think this is key that all of these techniques, all of this governance is approved by the patients in all transparency, so that I think it answers well the questions on interoperability between institutions and respect of data privacy with very strong and strict safeguards for the patients. This is a very interesting question and really relating to this summit we have, which is that to develop digital twins for future precision medicine, you need multiple stakeholders, which means that they have their own culture, their own language, and we need to share. We need to go all together to have not, perhaps I would say not collaboration, but perhaps a co-design. And this is key. I think that the most successful digital twins or digital models in the future might be the ones that has been co-designed from the very, very early phases by engineers, mathematicians, and clinicians. To do this, it means that clinicians need to understand a little bit of the mathematics and the modeling, but it means also that the engineer needs to understand the clinical viewpoint as well. So we really need this kind of education and global summit where we share all of this information to better understand ourselves. I think this is key here to have this nice interaction. As I said, co-design, I think, is a key word. Digital AI or digital models are made by multiple people that don't necessarily share exactly the same objectives, the same culture, the same knowledge, the same background. We've seen this morning, for instance, an interesting view between the frequentist and the Bayesian, where it's not exactly the same way of thinking, even if, within the mathematicians, you know. So we need to have politicians, clinicians, doctors, patients, engineers, coming from academic or private institution all together to really build a core or roadmap that everyone shares and also develop their own education and some sort of shared language. I think what is also extremely important as Europeans is that we do this strongly within Europe, within the different countries of Europe. And the European Commission has been a high promoter in terms of writing the roadmaps or, making incentives for the development of the digital models and this kind of summit where everyone can meet together and network and really discuss and acquire some sort of a shared language.